So what was that like, knowing that you all were, you're on tour, you are the Braxtons, and then Trina gets pregnant.
Trina, they never expected it from me either, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was the straight A sister.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one sitting there reading a book. I'm not interested in all this kind of stuff over here. But I found that little first one. I had to...
Why you breathe like that, though? Why you breathing so hard?
You don't marry number one.
I know, but you would...
I got married, had his babies.
Uh-huh.
Want my pudding back.
Oh. That's my sister right here. I can touch her hand. Trina don't like germs. I let her touch. She's letting me touch her hand. This is great. And I ain't even washing. I did sanitize before the show, though.
Oh, my God.
Cheers.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Ayo, oh, tell them folks it's bedtime. Lights out. We in all.
Cheers, everybody. Hey, we are back with another edition of the Cool Soror podcast. I am your host, Rashan Ali, and this is a platform where we interview amazing women in Black Greek letter organizations. And every time I get the opportunity to introduce an episode, I feel so incredibly blessed. And today is no different because I get to have my friend, my soror, just my partner, join me after she became a member of
Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
She did the whole thing.
To the
The one and only, the superstar, singer, actor, friend extraordinaire, Trina Braxton joins the show today.
Rationality.
Hi.
Out of all those things you mentioned, I think sister is the best introduction you can give me.
Oh, absolutely, because you have been that to me.
Yes, and now it's twofold.
It's twofold because you are my sister and now my soror.
Yes.
This has been a long time coming for you to become a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and you did just that this past fall. How did it feel when they said, when we finished everything?
You understand what
you underdid.
Yes,
when they said you are now officially a soror, how did that feel, Trina
inside
Braxton?
of my body, because you can't yell and scream. Inside my body, it's like,
yes.
Yes.
Because it's been a long time. This is something that our sorority has been something that you have been enamored of since you were at Bowie State University. But because of your singing career and other things that transpired in your life that were complete blessings, you had to delay. But God knows that delay is what, not a what? Deny.
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly.
So tell me what the path that you were on when you were trying to become years ago and how things changed for you.
Well, first I started off at Bowie State University, BSU.
Come on.
And my sisters and I, we were traveling all the time. So we had to leave school from tour and come back. And then in my junior year, I got pregnant with my oldest son, Eric.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, Eric, baby. And then we went on tour again as the Braxtons, and believe this or not, someone in my very close circle, I won't say who they are, but you ought to, told me that going to school is for regular people. And I didn't need to, what are you finishing a degree for? You don't need that. But it was for me.
Yeah.
It was a personal goal for Trina.
Yes.
And I finished, and even years after I'd gotten my degree, I finally said, you know what? This is what I've always wanted for myself.
Yes.
Not just because of the service, not just because it's an amazing sisterhood, not because it's the first and the finest.
Yes. Not because of any of those things.
Not because of any of those things.
Yes. Come on, flip your hair.
But it was always something that I wanted to accomplish for myself.
Yes.
And I did.
Yes.
So that's one of my mantras. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. And if I decide that's what I'm going to do, and I put my mind to it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to finish, and I don't care what anyone else has to say because I have my blinders on.
Yeah, but you've always really been like that in your life. I mean, even amongst your amazing family, like you have always said, if this is what I want, I am going to do that. What seems to separate you from everyone else, even people that are closest to you?
That's a great question. I think because I had to start out so early. I was a teenager when I had my oldest son. So my responsibility level was completely different than theirs. So they had children later on in life. I had to make everything happen because I was divorced young too.
Yeah.
So
were you the first one to have a?
Yes. I was the first daughter to have a baby. Yeah.
What? Wow.
He's the first grandson in our whole family.
Really?
Yeah.
So what was that like, knowing that you all were you're on tour, you are the Braxtons, and then Trina gets pregnant.
Trina, they never expected it from me either, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
because I was the straight A sister.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one sitting there reading a book. I'm not interested in all this kind of stuff over here. But I found that little first one. I had to.
Why you breathe like that, though? Why you breathing so hard?
You don't marry number one.
I know, but you would.
I got married, had his babies.
Uh-huh.
Want my pudding back.
Oh.
But I don't want my children back.
Right. You don't want to not have your children, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I want my pudding back.
Yeah.
We were unequally yoked.
Right. In retrospect, when you think about that relationship, what outside of the children, what good came from that? All right, there's the silence.
My mother said if I don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Okay.
And then I don't want to disparage my children's father in a public forum.
Right.
And I'll tell you about it later that.
Okay. That's good. That's good. So fast forward to the fall of 2021 and you become a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha, despite your sister, Tawanda, and our late angel, Tracy, being members of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. And again, you're showing us how you've always kind of trailed your own course. Mm-hmm. What does it mean for you to be like, okay, hey, Sister Greek within your family, and you continuing to do what you've always wanted to do?
Ooh, well, first I'll say it doesn't change the bloodline.
Absolutely not.
Okay, but secondly, while my sisters are my blood sisters and I love them, sometimes, and this is not negative about any of my sisters, we're still very, very close.
Yeah. But
sometimes the sisterhood or the friendships that you choose for yourself are better standing relationships because it gets to be on your terms.
Yeah.
So when you have siblings, it's on the terms of your family, your parents, what they instill, their guidelines. But I choose to have my own traditions.
Yes.
I choose to have my own guidelines. I choose to have my own peace, however that looks. Yeah. So if it doesn't mean that I'm going to go on the path that you travel, I'm going to go on the road less traveled for myself. That way I have a determining factor on the outcome.
Yeah. Let's go all the way back to, when the Braxtons was formed. But I want to go back even prior to that, when your beautiful mother saw all these gifts in her children. Like, everybody can sing. Mm-hmm. Have you ever talked to her about the moment she knew that each and every one of you was gifted in this way?
She's the one who taught us.
Okay.
She taught us.
But teaching is something different
than ability.
The gift was there.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, that's
right.
true.
Yeah.
She heard us it's a funny story in the whole world. We used to go to the bathroom together. Uh-huh. And where we grew up, I'm about to tell my age, but I don't care. There used to be it's not a space heater, but the heater was on the rail of the bottom.
Oh yeah, and that black stuff used to come out.
Sometimes we used to melt crayons on it and everything. But anyway, but sometimes we would sit on it while the other one was on the toilet, and then we'll sit on the bathtub rail and things like that.
Oh, that wasn't the kerosene thing that I was talking about. That's something different.
No, this was a little rectangular.
Oh, okay.
It went along the base of the floor.
Wow.
It was
that was different.
Yeah. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
Anyway, to make a long story short, too late. We would always go into the bathroom together and we started singing. And my mom heard us because we were singing about toilet paper one particular day.
Uh-huh.
And we did our own harmonies and she was like, oh, okay, y'all can sing like that, huh? So she taught us how to listen to each other and harmonize properly. And the next thing you know, we the choir at the church, girl.
Right.
The Braxton sisters. It was never just one of us.
Yeah, it was
the Braxton
everybody.
sisters. If one person messed up, Braxton sisters. It was usually Tamar that messed up.
What? Wait a minute. You can't do that to her.
Uh-huh.
Not Tamar with this big voice. How'd she mess up?
No. I'm saying whenever anybody in the family messed up, it was never one. It was the Braxton sisters.
Oh.
But it was usually Tamar who messed up. Anytime we got into a fight.
You just said that.
But it's true. Anytime we got into a fight, it's because Tamar couldn't fight, so we had to fight for Tamar.
Oh, gotcha.
And I'm too pretty to fight.
Oh.
On my left and on my right.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as a group, you guys get signed to what record label?
The first one was Atlantic Records in 1989.
Wow. And then after that, so you released one album as the Braxtons, no?
No, it was a single.
Okay.
And it was just 2 songs.
That's it.
And it went wood.
With wood?
Yeah.
It didn't even do. It didn't do.
I think all 15 copies, grandma, my aunts, my uncles.
Really?
Mom and daddy bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah. But we saw the world on it.
Uh-huh.
It just didn't sell.
Yeah.
No.
And so then at that point, like obviously the executives were like, oh, this is not going to work as a group.
No.
So when was the ascension of Tony, and how did the rest of the sisters feel about that?
Well, Tony and Tamar, their age difference is a little vast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they didn't know how to market. Okay, here's this young girl right here, but she looks young, but she's still older. They can't sing the same type of content. It's just not going to work.
Uh-huh.
And they decided on Tony, they just signed TLC. This is LaFace Records.
Yes.
They just signed TLC. They weren't looking for another group. But after Tony was signed, she took us on tour with her.
Yeah.
She put us in her videos. And then next, we signed to LaFace.
Mm.
Now, mind you, these are still college years. Okay?
Yeah.
We're still very, very young. So when we signed to LaFace, I didn't even have my son yet. I wasn't 19 yet.
Oh my gosh. This is like 17, 18.
We've been in this for a long time.
Yeah.
So after we signed to LaFace, Bryant Reed, which is L.A. Reid's brother, he got an opportunity to sign as an executive over at Atlantic. So we ended up back at Atlantic, but guess what? Trina gets pregnant.
Wow.
Trina gets pregnant. But the good thing is I was a stick figure. Not to say it's not good to have a little what hey on you, but I was young enough for everything to kind of snap back.
Right.
So I wasn't showing and any of that. So it worked out.
Yeah.
It worked out. Thank God.
Man.
No, I have some stories to tell.
I know.
I don't even think we have the time for it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Being, a part of this, mega famous family, you have really kind of set yourself apart.
Mm-hmm.
How and why? Because you could be a part of the collective, but you have, even through your television show, Trina was always, to me, different.
Yes. I always have been.
Did that come from childhood? Was that like before the lights, before the flashing lights, before the paparazzi? Was Trina always that person?
Trina was always that person.
Okay.
Trina was always that person.
Okay.
But we have been born, bred, and buttered to entertain. Every last one of us. And the entertainment aspect of it, I love it. I get it. But singing was not my first love. Mm-hmm. Singing was almost a chore. It was a have to.
What's your first
love?
For me. Right. What's your first love?
Well, I didn't know my first love until I got older and experienced life a bit more. Being an entrepreneur is my love.
Yes.
I mean, just there's a period behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but singing is not. Can I? Yes. Will I? No.
Did you know that then? Because, I mean, you've released, you've had some singles, some albums and all of that. Mm-hmm. Was that just because it was obligatory?
I think so, and expected.
Because you were a Braxton.
Yes. That's not what I wanted to.
And then you were able to separate yourself that with your business. And I will attribute much to your business acumen to your late ex-husband, Gabe.
Yes.
And you've always gone on record to say that he showed you your business acumen.
Yes.
Can you speak a little bit about, I mean, just, in the beginning, obviously the relationship was beautiful, and then it changed and things, ended the way they ended. But the great things you were able to pull from that relationship, much of it was love, of course, but business.
Right.
What did he teach you that you continue to carry with you now?
One of the greatest things he taught me was how to really save money and invest my money.
Mm-hmm.
And he taught me to invest in myself, but not in the way that everyone thinks about it.
Yeah.
So in this industry, investing in yourself, people think, oh, because my hair is always done, my nails are always done, which that's up. But, not making someone else rich by buying a label. People have called me the basic Braxton, but I'm okay with that.
Right.
I promise I am. But I'm going to be real basic.
And real rich.
I didn't say it. I did not say that. I did not say that. I just believe in putting my money into things that matter.
Yeah.
And things that I enjoy. I live far, but I enjoy my home.
I love your house.
I enjoy.
When can I come back to that pool?
You can come whenever you want to.
Okay,
sis.
thank you.
I love going to the winery just about every day because that's where I live.
Yeah.
But I choose to spend my money on things that I enjoy, not things that people would be in awe about.
Yeah. And then you were able to you founded Bar Chicks, and now you've got the hot sauce and all of the great things, which I have several bottles of, because I actually support my friends with my camera. Just because your friend has a business doesn't mean you need a discount. Because I want you to buy all my Cool Soror sweatshirts full price.
That part.
That part.
See, I never understood that. Can we
It is your
change the
floor.
subject just a little bit?
Yes.
Let me tell you what I don't like. Don't tell me about my prices. Don't tell me about my price points. Did you do the research? No, but I did. Do you go into Walmart and ask them to change their prices? Do you go to Neiman Marcus and ask them to change their prices? Do you ask Louis Vuitton to change their prices? So you'll spend $2,700 on a purse or $1,500 on a pair of shoes, and you want to tell me that my $40 candle is too much? Oh. Then don't buy it.
Yes.
That means you're not my target audience.
How about it? How did you come up with hot sauce?
Well, as you know, Bar Chicks was the restaurant.
Yes.
And we were always trying to find ways to find hot sauces and barbecue sauces for the wings. And of course, things that would be complimentary to like the oxtails and the lamb chops. And we were purchasing things from outside sources. We're like, we could do this ourselves.
Right.
We do this all the time. So we were in the kitchen and we mixed up some different things. We found a hot sauce. We found a manufacturer.
Yes.
And you mix it all together, and now you have a legacy.
Yes. And that's a beautiful thing. You talk about generational wealth and making sure your sons are set up and your future grandchildren are set up. You have the hot sauce. And what's going on with that?
With the bourbon?
Yes.
With the bourbon.
The bourbon.
We are changing distilleries.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but don't worry. It's
okay.
It's good. It's going to be
We'll
great.
keep the recipe the same?
The recipe's the same.
Okay.
I own the recipe.
Oh.
Yeah. And the labels.
And all of that.
Yeah.
When you think of these things, because you have thought outside the box with your life and your entrepreneurial career, why bourbon? And then it's the recipe is sweet.
Well, outside of the fact that it's delicious.
It is delicious.
Everyone was doing a vodka. Everyone was doing a tequila. And while I don't discriminate against any of those spirits, I wanted something that was going to be different but enjoyable. I'm a bourbon drinker. You don't really see a lot of brown female bourbon drinkers.
Yeah.
Or Scotch drinkers for that matter. But I thought of something that's called Taste the Sweeter Side. That's the slogan for it. To kind of introduce more brown people into bourbon. So that was my whole,
Let me tell you something. Black folk love some sugar. We love some sugar, man. Am I lying?
No, I don't. I don't like Moscato and stuff like that.
Exactly, but you had to put a little sweet on the bourbon.
I had to put a little sweet on
to bring the black folks in.
Yeah, to bring them in.
That's what's wrong with them. But it's good because your bourbon is very good.
Yeah, it was a great introduction, and we're coming out with some different flavors.
Okay, good.
And I am going to come out with a nice rye as well, but it takes time.
It does because you have to age.
Yeah,
and I love the fact that you don't rush things.
No.
Where did your sense of patience come from?
I'm going to be honest. I don't know because there's no one patient in my family. We're usually real right now people.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a goal, when you run, you have to take the distance. You have to go the distance. You don't just go from start to goal. You have to learn a few things along the way. You have to make a few mistakes along the way.
Yeah.
And I am now a lot more learned in all the things that I've created from the very beginning. Like once my new restaurant opens, I know the mistakes that I made before. And I'm going to take those mistakes and make it all better.
Yeah.
Just like I had a DUI a long time ago. But I took that and I took that negative and turned it into a positive.
Yeah.
Turned it into a whole restaurant and bar. Turned it into a bourbon line. So
when people think of that, they'll say you had a DUI, but then you turn into a restaurant and a bourbon line. They'll think, how is that? How do they coexist? How do they coexist when a DUI and a bourbon line?
Well, a DUI is horrible.
Yes.
But the bourbon came from my creative side. It's not like something you can't just wake up and say, I think I want a bourbon line.
Right.
We had to age in the barrels for 5 years before I even put it out.
Right.
So it's not allowing that negative to consume me.
Got you.
It's not allowing people to be able to judge the negative part, but look at the positive.
Yeah.
You can turn anything around.
Right.
Make it positive.
I look at my friend Elle Duncan, who is, when I tell you, thriving at ESPN. And prior to her leaving Atlanta, she also experienced something like that, which she's talked about. I had her on my platform for my other business,
Yes.
Sporty Girls. But she talked about how she was able to like, let me just leave and like really help someone else see that you can still thrive.
Absolutely.
Even in the negativity.
Yes.
Even in the negativity. And you continue to carry that with you. I mean, your family was seen on international television, and people had their opinions
Yeah. Oh,
about
gosh.
every sister, about every situation.
Mhm.
How were you able to deal with all of the negativity that came from reality television?
Not always well. When people go through things in public, all you see is what's going on in public. You don't know what's happening behind the closed doors. You don't know why Trina was drinking too much. You didn't know that she was going through a divorce. You didn't know the things that were going on for her divorce that made her go through the divorce. You understand, without telling my personal business, but you just never know what another person is going through. And then to go on social media and be absolutely writhingly horrible to a person that you don't know, even though I invite you into my home, you only are in my home for 1 hour a day for a week or a month. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that's not all encompassing. You don't know me. Give me an encouraging word. You just never know. Don't say, oh my God, Trina got fat. Pray for me then.
Right.
Ask me what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But don't just have something negative to say and judge me before it's time.
Yeah. How'd you protect your spirit from that?
I stayed off of social media and I hired someone.
To do it for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But now I can go on there and I can eat the fish and throw out the bones. But you just never know someone's mental health state at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. That one bad comment can take someone over the edge.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
Give an encouraging word.
Yeah.
Hey, sis, I know of a gym, or say something positive. Everything is not going to be positive because it's social media and you have trolls out there.
Mm-hmm.
But those trolls are trolling because they have something going on in their lives. I had to look at it that way.
Let me tell you. Yeah. It's not my show. It's your show.
No, what's your show? It says Rashan Ali.
Right. That part.
Yeah.
Part. Yeah. It's difficult. It's fine. You alluded to, the divorce with Gabe. And I know that was heart-wrenching because that was your love.
That was my true first love.
Your true first love. In retrospect, what did you gain from that experience of love and divorce?
It got to the point to where we just couldn't be married anymore. I still had love for him. We were still really great friends even afterwards. I mean, you were there even with Sister Circle.
Yeah.
He was sick on his cancer bed, still calling me in the mornings.
Right.
We were still really, really good friends. And I cannot absolve the fact that he raised my children when their own father did not.
Right.
So people can say whatever they want to say to or about him or read whatever they want to about him. But I am not going to take anything from him because he's taught me so much in our relationship.
And so you are able to, even though you're married to the beautiful Vaughn now.
Hey, little boy, you want some candy?
You're still able to pull from those, very valued experiences. And even though you have that, how has it been, knowing that, you do have a new husband and still being able to balance what you gain from a true love, but then also respecting the love that you have?
It doesn't change the love that I have. Everyone is different. So the way you love someone is according to their personality and the way they love you. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't carry any relationship that I had beforehand into this one because they're completely different people.
Right.
And they love completely different.
Yes.
So
yes. That's a beautiful thing.
Grown man.
Hey, find a grown man. You got to sip a little mimosa. I was there when Gabe transitioned. I think I was that morning. We were very close, and that took you by surprise because it was only he had been complaining about certain ailments, and then he transitioned quickly.
Yes.
How did that affect you? And how are you able to continue to walk through that pain? Because you've had to compartmentalize a lot of pain.
Yes.
Recently.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have. I had to take it day by day. It still bothers me to this day. Whoever said it gets easier over time lied. Either that or they had to deal with things the way they had to deal with them. But it prepared me. You know, a lot of times in life you say you don't know what God's preparing you for. Gabe was one of the closest things to me in my life when he passed away. And it's still very difficult. But in some ways, it prepared me for the death of my sister.
Yeah.
It's still very hard, still very new,
It's very new.
But my life can go on in a better way now than before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying not to get emotional.
It's fine.
On the show. It's just, even though nothing can truly prepare you, but my prepared level was better because at least I had time.
Yeah.
At least I was there with her. When she took her last breath, I was standing with her. Sorry.
No. It's totally fine. Can we bring some tissue in, please? Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
No.
Sorry,
No need to apologize. You already know it's a safe space here. It's a safe space.
Oh, God.
Thank you.
But at least we know why I can't wear eyelashes, because I'm crying right on off like two little caterpillars.
Yes. With a beautiful
Excuse me.
reminder of making our dash count.
Yes.
Tracy lived.
Yes. Tracy had the best dash in the world.
Listen.
Girl, let me tell you.
She had a party every time she showed up.
Yes.
And I know that has to give you some type of solace.
That too. And Tracy's not gonna want me laying in the bed and not doing anything with my life. She wouldn't want that. Tracy, And you know what? And I'm gonna look into the camera. I'm gonna say shame on each and every last one of you people trolling on social media, talking about my family and my sisterhood with my sisters. Actually, if I want to say what I really wanted to say,
You can if you want to.
I can't. But I'm not even gonna give you guys the power. But shame on you. Shame on you. And for everyone who said that my sisters and I did not get along, and for everyone who said that I mistreated my sister Tracy, show me the footage. Until then, fuck you very much.
And you get to wear Tracy with you. All of your
Yes.
sisters. I love that you all did that
Mhm.
collectively. Was that something Tracy wanted prior
Well,
to?
Tracy had this huge back tattoo, and it had 5 hummingbirds, and it represented each sister.
Yes.
And she loved hummingbirds. So we had these, Tawanda had these made, these hummingbirds, and we all have bits of Tracy's ashes.
Yes.
And then because Tracy said that when she leaves, when she transitions from this world, that she's going everywhere we go.
Honey, she was like, y'all ain't gonna leave me
That's
out.
what she said. I
She
said,
here right now. Hey, Tracy.
Hey, Trey. Hey, Ray.
Right. She be like, Rashan, let me tell you something, girl. Yes.
Yeah, but she was the best of us. And when she left, all the Traciness
Yeah.
left, but we're trying to bring it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing. Let's go back to Sister Circle. You know.
right, gotta bring up old stuff. No, just
I don't, but that is, I believe that is the place where the universe, God, source energy, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, everybody wanted, especially you and I,
yes.
to connect the way that we did. But how difficult was it for you? Because you came after someone else. Shout out to Kiana Dancy, who did a great job on Sister Circle. But you had to come, after, she was, replaced.
Mm-hmm.
How did you navigate us?
Well, it was difficult being the new girl on the block.
Yeah.
Because, you all already had your friendships solidified. Everyone had their roles already. I didn't want to come and step on anyone's toes. I did not steal anybody's job. It was offered to me.
Yes,
and
we
I
know.
wasn't going to not take it.
Right.
But Kiana is very, very talented, a very, very talented
Absolutely.
talk show host and comedian. So shouts out to her. But I was like a deer in headlights. I was like, okay, I don't really know these girls. girls. But I'm used to girls, so that's why I don't know how to handle these girls.
Because you know so much, right?
You know what
about
I mean?
women,
It's
right?
like, I really do. I mean, I have 4 sisters and a mother, so it's like I can peep out everybody's personality at hello.
Yeah.
At hello.
Right.
I know my sex for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
But it turned out to be an amazing experience. I gained a lot of associates and some true friendships.
Absolutely.
And some that are long-standing.
Who? Huh? You talking about me?
But
And
it
you-
was one of the most amazing things I've ever experienced because I done it by myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the very few things I've done without my blood sisters to my left or to my right because everything I'd done prior to included them.
Yeah.
So that sense of independence was very important for me because people got to see Trina for who Trina is by herself without it being shadowed, overshadowed, or in conjunction with or in tandem with any of my sisters.
Yes. Now that was very important to you.
It was.
Very, very important to you.
Yes.
Well, I have to say that I'm one of those friends
Yes.
she spoke about.
Yes. But I don't use that word lightly.
I know you don't.
I really, really don't. People can associate themselves with you, but a friend is someone you can call on at any time. A friend is a person that even if you don't talk to them in a month, you can still pick up where you left off
Yes.
because there is a true bond there.
Yeah.
So I don't take that lightly.
Yeah.
I'll run through here kerosene draws, not underwear.
Yes. Draws.
On for someone I call a friend.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I'm one of those people.
Yes, you are.
It's great. And I'm just, I'm so enamored of your tenacity. And I know that sometimes when people have gone through so much, they don't want that badge. They don't want the resilience badge. But I love you
I love you.
deeply. And I'm so glad that you guest hosted and then you became a host and then we became friends.
Yes.
And now we're sorors.
Now we're sorors.
I'm not sure if you can get any better than that. What is next for Trina Braxton?
Oh, wow. I won't say the sky is the limit because that puts a cap on it.
Mm-hmm.
I intend to soar through the universe. Bar Chicks is opening again.
Know it.
I have another restaurant opportunity that's happening in another state. I'll tell you guys about that later.
Oh,
It's very,
yes.
very exciting.
Yes.
It's going to be in the DMV area. I just thought I'd put that out there.
Home for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, of course, we are working on the hot sauce being in your
Grocery
aisles at the
stores?
store.
When I tell you,
I will make that announcement.
may I
very
please
soon.
say the
Okay.
hot sauce is amazing?
Yeah.
Because you know I do my fitness training and
Mhm.
we can't put salt and stuff on our food. But I got that bar chick, boy, I be putting it
Yeah.
on that turkey meat. I
Yeah.
what?
We have another flavor coming
I
out.
ain't be lit. Oh,
So
sorry.
we'll have a total of 4 flavors.
Okay,
now.
good.
Of course, the candles are doing well,
Essence.
and it's just God is good.
Yes, and her candles
good.
smell amazing.
They do.
Because you know some people have candles that don't smell; they just burn.
What? Then why have them?
Exactly. Hers are great, and I bought mine, no discount. Okay, because that's what friendship is about. I'm just trying to tell you, people. I'm just trying to tell you now. Support your friends. Okay, don't ask for a discount.
Please don't.
That's your business.
That's your business. That's how you make your money.
Okay. Social media. How can people find you? Trina Braxton 1, man. At Trina Braxton
yes,
1.
on Instagram.
Yes.
I don't know the other handles.
Because she doesn't do social media, but she does. She will
I do
respond.
my Instagram.
You do your Instagram.
I do my Instagram, like with the posting stuff.
Yes.
Like you guys see me cook and all that other stuff.
Yes.
I do that.
You be like, hey, boom booms.
Hey.
Yes. All of that.
I just don't like mean people.
Right.
Mean people suck.
They do. I don't like mean people either.
I don't like
Bad
them.
energy. Anyway, it has been my honor
It's been my privilege and pleasure.
to be able to speak to Trina Braxton. Skills.
If I might say something,
Would you like-
rationality?
Go ahead. That's what she calls me, rationality, guys.
I'm so proud for you.
Thank you.
I mean, because I remember the days in Sister Circle, we would sit in the dressing room and we would talk about goals and meditation and the things that you want to accomplish. And just look here.
Look at here.
Look at my sister.
Look at my sister.
Look at my soror.
Good. Look at my soror.
Look at my friend.
Look at my friend.
Look at Cool Soror.
Come on, soror.
Come through with
Cool
it.
soror.
I'm so proud.
Thank you. I'm proud of you equally. That's my sister right here. I can touch
That's
her
my
hand.
sister. I can
Trina
touch
don't
you.
like germs. I let her touch. She's let me touch her hand. This is great. And I
Yeah.
ain't even washing. I did sanitizer for the show though. Cheers.
So, alcohol kills everything.
Does. There we go. Trina Braxton, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the Cool Soror Podcast. Can we give it up for the one and only, the superstar herself, Trina Braxton, everybody?
Shout out to you.